So do I just start talking?
Just tell us your name and why you're here.
Hi, my name is Ryan. I'm the everyday guy and I have an addiction.
And what are you addicted to?
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Everyday Carry for the Everyday Guy. On this channel, I review everyday carry gear equipment from an everyday guy's perspective. If that's something that interests you or you are interested in learning more about those things, maybe give this channel a subscribe and have a look at it for a few weeks. Today, we are going to be looking at this. This is the Olight i3T EOS or EOS. It's Olight's new EDC light specifically designed for EDC. This is currently my EDC. I've been running it for a few weeks and I absolutely love it. Let's get into it. So guys, this is the Olight i3T EOS in all its glory. It's becoming like a new design for Olight to start making their lights like this. This was the M1T Raider. It's also got that cylindrical kind of grip type thing. But where this does vary from the Raider is the Raider has like knurling on the grip. This doesn't. This is basically just smooth. The knurling remains on the back end, but on the i3T Raider, it's just like a smooth grip. It comes with the Olight signature, what do you call that? The S clip. This clip is really useful, really functional. I'm going to show that to you a bit later on how I use it. Effectively, what we've got here is a 5 lumen and 180 lumen flashlight. Now, what I do like about it is, firstly, it has no memory. That's one of the things that I think makes this torch quite useful for EDC. I'll explain why in a second. What I like about it as well, it's got that momentary on-off type situation, but look at the length of the button travel before you hear the click. Now you can see the torch going on sort of here at the bottom in the reflection of my hand. There's quite a bit of movement before it switches from momentary on to constant on. So on this particular torch and on all Olight torches, the momentary on really does work. A lot of torches sort of promise this, but you end up sort of semi-depressing the switch and switches on automatically or completely, which is a bit of a waste of a function. Olight's got it down just right to where when you depress it all the way, you get it on completely, but it's very easy to just do the momentary on because there's quite a lot of travel on the switch. And then effectively, you've got your two modes, which is 5 and 180. If you're on momentary on and you want it to stay on, just click it down. Same thing with the 180, momentary on and you want to keep it on, boom, stays down. Now it does take a normal AAA battery, which you do get in the packaging. Standard AAA battery. I've had this one in the torch for about 2.5 to 3 weeks and I've not noticed any depreciation in brightness. So the battery is more than sufficient. In terms of dimensions, I don't really like to work with actual dimensions that they give on the box because you can Google that. But I have an average size hand and this torch is around the length of my pointing finger. That's the best example I can give you. Circumference it's just a bit thicker than a pen. You can carry this in the pocket of your shirt, your top pocket, and it'll pass for a pen. People won't look twice. It is a bit thicker than the M1T Raider in terms of circumference. That's kind of how much thicker. And the reason I like this torch, I've always liked the Baton series, the S Baton series, because they've been so short, but they were a bit stubby. I still wish I had one. I actually don't have one, which is quite tragic. They were a bit stubby. With this Olight's kind of got it right. The length isn't so much important. It's the circumference, and this gives it the ability to slot into your pocket quite easily and sort of disappears. You know, you don't have much bulk in your pocket, and I think that's very important with an EDC flashlight. So guys, this is an example of the way that S-clip, as I called it earlier on, fits onto pretty much a standard P cap. So the clip basically goes over the top, and what you'll notice when it's on the top of the cap, it points horizontally directly outwards, and it really does sit quite firmly. Like it's not something that if you shake your head or bounce with your head, it'll fall off. Sorry about the weird sounding tone there. So it does sit quite firmly on there, and it functions as a headlamp. It really does function as a headlamp. I've been using this around the house because I basically wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and having to switch lights on at that time annoys other people in the house. So what I've been doing is literally putting on a cap in the morning, switching it onto the 5 lumen mode and just use it as I move around the house. It works perfectly because 5 lumens is so low. It doesn't bounce off objects and create reflection. So it really is something that you can definitely use around the house as a headlamp, and it works perfect. Just stick it on a cap in the night before, put the cap on your head, and you're good to go. Now, one thing I do want to show you is that if you flip the torch around to the top side of the cap, like this effectively. So if you've got it on the top side of the cap, what that does is, the way the clip is designed, it makes the torch sort of point a bit downwards. That's very useful if you're outside, if you're walking on a trail, that sort of thing. You kind of want your light, and at that point, if you were outside in the dark using it in this configuration as a headlamp, you want your light pointed towards the ground so you can see what's on the ground in front of you. I haven't seen many people showing this option, but the way the clip is designed, that S sort of makes it so that when you put it on top, it angles itself downwards like that, and that's ultra useful when you are, like I say, maybe on a hike, maybe you're out early in the morning, maybe you work a job that requires you to be out in the forest early in the morning. Having that clip face down at the ground so you can see where you're walking, or having your torch face down at the ground where you can see where you're walking, is extremely useful because that's effectively how a headlamp works. So guys, that is my take on this little genius bit of a torch. This is available through Olight SA and Torch SA. I'm going to link to their websites down below, and I want to ask you, please support these guys. They are not just torch suppliers to the country, but they're also torch enthusiasts. Henry and Clarissa on that side, I believe they're the guys in charge. They really are EDCers themselves. They take these things very seriously, and they want to push a quality product to the South African market. So please, if you are going to buy this kind of thing, obviously you can go to a department store and pick it up there, and that's fine. But why not support the guys who are trying to support the same thing that you as watching this channel is trying to support, and that's the whole EDC concept, the whole EDC lifestyle. That's it, guys. Thank you so much. I am going to be reviewing the M1T Raider soon, but I want to do a comparison review with this versus the S Baton series. I don't have one yet. I'm going to try to get one soon, and then I'll push that review as soon as I can. I really appreciate you guys checking out the channel and supporting the channel. If this is something you like, please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, guys. Have a good week. Cheers. God bless.